Hello, everybody. I'm trying different intros. We'll see what works. We'll see what sticks. As always, I'm Aidan, your DM and keeper of all things Elystra. Welcome back to Questing Through Elystra, and welcome back to my players. Unfortunately, we are one player down today. Unfortunately, we don't have Luke, our good old William Spark, so there shouldn't be any trousers being pulled down this session. At least with mage hands, it may happen. We've got Bray. Anything can happen, really. But speaking of Bray, Dudley, how are you doing?
I'm doing very well. How are you all doing?
I'm all right.
Yeah, no complaints.
Yeah, give me an answer. Don't leave me hanging.
That was a really open moment. That. How are you? I don't know.
Is he talking to me?
How is everyone doing?
That's the one awkward thing with on stream. That's the one awkward thing with doing things on Teams. It's like not Teams, Discord, well, video chat, Teams, whatever. It's always that awkward moment of who's gonna say anything first.
We get that in D&D all the time, though.
Yeah, exactly. That it always just natural social awkwardness. I think it works for me in real life as well. So I just play with it however we are. But yes, welcome back, everyone, to Questing Through Elystra, Chains of the Pantheon Campaign, Episode 2. So, as always, before I begin and get into my intro, a quick shout out to the tools that I use. The music which you'll hear comes from Pocket Bard, fantastic app. Please check those guys out. Some fantastic music. And all our battle maps come from amazing creators like Zepku, Arcane Collector, Seafoot Games. All the links to everything that I use to help these sessions be what they are. It's in our link tree, in our bio. So please check it out. And before we begin, because I may forget this at the end, a quick shout out to Chris, who's actually uploaded all of our stuff onto YouTube and Spotify. I think that tonight we sorted out Apple Podcasts and Amazon as well. Equally, that's in our link tree. So every Wednesday, the past week's episode will go live on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Podcasts at around 9 o'clock in the morning. So when you're kind of at that midweek hump of the week, feel free to jump on and listen to some fairly chaotic D&D. But without any further ado, let's crack on. So, our campaign began on the 10th of Night Vale in the year 138 in the New Age of Elystra. Through Aurora's heartfelt prayer, the rest of you were drawn across distance and danger to Bresk, arriving just in time to fight by her side. Together, you overcame the threat and ensured her safety. After the battle, you're welcomed by Elder Rootglow, the head priestess of Bresk's temple. She spoke of the nature of prayer, explaining how the truest of hearts can transcend distance and reach those who are in need. Still adjusting to one another, you shared words, some warm and others a little bit more guarded, before taking time to gather yourselves. You cleaned up, resupplied on ammo, and made your way to the Drunken Spindle, a local tavern run by twin tieflings Dovey and Myra Redpot. There you found rest, you found food, and also a chance to breathe. Cass, Bray, and Loren withdrew in quiet contemplation of the road ahead, and the road just trodden. Aurora chose instead to tend to the wounded, while William Spark poured his energy into poetry, offering to lift the spirits with a performance. That evening, as the village gathered, Myra gave thanks for your aid and welcomed William to the stage. His voice and words, carried on loop strings plucked by both of his mage hands, brought a moment of light to Bresk after the darkness of that day. As the night deepened, you began to open up, sharing fragments of your pasts and also your reasons for being here. Eventually, sleep came, but with it, visions. Each of you dreamed of Larissa, a vision that told you that you would not come together by chance, but by design. Greater forces had woven your fates, binding you for the journey ahead. But with dawn came renewal, resolve, and newfound strength. You awoke in the Drunken Spindle Tavern, rested, leveled up to level 2, and ready for what lies ahead. So, what would you all like to do today?
Commit mass murder.
That wasn't on my session plan, but nothing ever is.
Aurora would already be up having breakfast upstairs, I think.
Yep. Just for reference, for William, for you guys, I had a quick chat with Luke. William is essentially going to be spending the day practicing magic. He wasn't quite comfortable with the murder that took place the day before, so he's still kind of comforting himself with this, but taking it as a chance to have a bit of quiet contemplation and kind of practice a bit more of his magic. So that's where William's spark will be for this session today.
So what
Self-soothing.
I'm thinking is he's a pussy, old mate.
Oh,
Blows up
okay.
one goblin head, and all of a sudden, oh no, panic attack.
Yeah, he had a moment, didn't he? Bless him. But no, he's spending time. I was going to say getting acquainted to his mage hand. That just sounds worse, doesn't it? He's sorry, Luke. When you watch this back, William is spending time. No, I can't say practicing with his mage hand either. Kind of. He's attuning to his magical hand. No, oh god. He's practicing.
Blessing you find with just practicing magic.
He's practicing magic.
You got it right the first time.
Yeah. Sorry, Luke. Really sorry. William's a really serious character. I'm sorry. But yes, William is practicing magic. As I say, Aurora's kind of gone up. She's kind of beginning to have breakfast within the tavern. What are the other three of you doing?
Yeah, I think starting the day with a bit of breakfast is going to be the way to go. So Kaz will head upstairs and basically join Aurora, I think.
Yeah, I think Lauren would be the same, but she would probably stay away from the others just a little bit. She is contemplating the things that happened last night. She is a bit upset with the dream that she had.
Hey, and Bray?
I will be starting with my basically morning workout routine. You don't have abs like this or muscles like this if you don't put in the work. Hence why I do not have them in real life. So yeah, it'll be obviously, it'll basically be in his room, everything from crunches, push-ups, all the generic workout terms that are required. But there will be a moment that before he does come out, probably be about an hour after everyone else.
Yep. Is it typically outside he does this or inside in his room?
Depending what it is, basic, just body-focused workouts, like, stuff like he'll do in his room. Some of it when it comes to like training with his weapon, he would do that outside to not risk damaging the room. But, stuff like push-ups on the floor, he can do that without...
Cool, so this morning was kind of typically spent within his room rather than outside in Bresk.
Yeah.
Cool.
He is going to sit on the bed, and he's going to open up his arm and pull out that little scroll case that he was looking at before the dream. And he's going to try opening it again, but he's finding that still the seal itself isn't wanting to move. I don't know, sort of just thinking back to the message that he got from his sensei, for lack of a better word, of the fact that if it's right, this will open for you, but this is not something you can force. So he's sort of just like picking at it, almost like you're picking at a spot, sort of thing, like just come on. And it's just fine. Puts it back in his arm, locks his arm down again, grab his basic day-to-day stuff, and just head on out.
Cool. So yeah, so you make it up, and as you kind of begin to make your way upstairs into the sort of the tavern aspect of the Drunken Spindle, Dovey is there, the male tiefling, the brother of the two. He's kind of seeing Loren on her own. He's kind of already given the kind of to Aurora and to Kaz, kind of given the food, breakfast, kind of basic drink. Kind of sees you coming up and goes over to Loren and says, both of you, is there anything I can do for either of you at all? I've given some basic food and meat to your friends. Anything I can do for the two of you at all?
I mean, well, first of all, I missed you last night. I did send you an invite, but it seems that you might not have fully understood. But I'm more than happy to have a bit of meat for the morning.
Oh, and he kind of looks at me and says, okay, I will go and get some food for you. He kind of turns to Loren. And you, basic kind of breakfast for you?
She's just gonna nod and go, yes, please. How much?
On the house. You guys helped us, and you helped Bresk. I can't take anything from you guys.
With
Whilst
that,
you're here.
whilst he's saying that, she's just going to take a gold out, put it on the table, and say, "This isn't going back in my pocket. You've already done enough for us. If you take it, you take it. Otherwise, it's going to be left there. Either way, thank you."
So seeing the gold there, kind of more sort of more crouched down, because you're probably sat down, not because he's that tall as such, more just crouching height, because you're sat down. Just, Loren, how do you feel about religious types? Do you have anything against them, or are you okay with them?
I mean, as long as they're not trying to throw it down your throat, live and let live.
Fine. I will take this gold and I'll go donate it to the temple. They will appreciate a bit of money. I'm trying to keep straight-faced for at least 5 minutes in my session tonight. Especially after that opening of William and his hands. Yes, Loren, I will take the gold. The temple to Sharos, it's just sort of at the far corner of Bresk. I will go after the morning food and go give it to them. I'll make them know it's from you, though. But thank you. Thank you.
And anytime, sure.
Thank you.
She's just going to nod awkwardly.
Yeah, and he kind of sort of the same back in this sort of typical nervous walk away that you were used to. There is, he kind of startles back and says, "Sorry, I asked about food. Drinks for either the two of you? Alcoholic? Non-alcohol? I know it's a bit early."
Just a water will do for me, please.
Water?
I'll be good with just a glass of water myself. Thank you, Candy.
Oh, perfect. And he kind of, yet again, kind of scuttles his sort of nervous way backwards and begins kind of making drinks and finishing bits of food, kind of leaving the sort of very sort of near-ish Loren and probably Aurora with Kaz.
I will sit next to, or not directly next, I'll sit on the same table as Loren. Are you okay, darling? You're not sitting not sitting with the others?
Well, we don't really know each other.
True, but the person that you're normally with isn't here either, so hence, are you all okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Like, you realise me and Will, we've just known each other a couple of weeks.
Longer than you've known the rest of us, so as far as we're concerned, you're sort of a duo, even if you're not, a couple, you're a duo.
Well, we may be a duo, but it's not like we're partners. He's allowed to have his alone time.
I'm not saying he's not. No need to get defensive. I'm just asking if you're both okay.
Yes, we're okay. Sorry, is this any of your business?
I mean, what isn't?
She's just gonna, look at you with confusion and just be like... She's trying to contemplate what your angle is, what it is you're trying to know. She's looking at you very inquisitively, to the point where it's almost like an interrogation stare. She doesn't mean it in any way, but that's just how it comes across. She's trying to just, stare.
Is this where we say it's an insight check?
Feel free to make an insight check, but I'll have Loren make a check you feel relevant to how Loren is actually trying to
I was
act.
asking if it's an insight check for Loren.
As if I'm trying to see what
that's what I was trying to work
out.
out.
Yeah.
Are you trying to do an insight check on me sort of thing? Because that's...
Oh no, it's just pure, that is just how she's coming across. It's just that kind of stare when people are just, the eye contact, uncomfortable.
He's sort of just... I'm just checking in. But, I mean, I know it's hard, but believe it or not, I don't just, admire my own body. I do try to pay attention to others. It's everyone else that can't stop paying attention to me. But if you want a bit of space, he stands up from the table and says, "You know where we are." I'll pat you on the shoulder as I just walk away and not giving you a chance to even, make a comment. He's leaving it as you're looking at me and I know it.
She's just gonna lean back in her chair a minute, just nod, and while she isn't getting up to move over to the rest of you, her ear is directed to where you guys are. So she's gonna be listening in.
I'll take it Bray's kind of heading to Kaz and
Yeah.
Aurora and kind of joining that table. So as he kind of heads at least away from Loren's table, the door of the inn, the tavern, doesn't quite fly open, but it does open. You hear kind of a little sort of tingle of the bell, typically kind of above the door as it opens. It's one of those very stereotypical kind of like at your corner shop when you open the door. It's like one of those, except it's a lovely tavern, and this rather quite portly gentleman, probably 50, 60 years old, definitely human looking, just completely bald head, kind of comes in and sits down. He just looks over, he says, "Oh, I take it you're the people who helped us yesterday, right?"
Well, of course.
Yeah.
That will be us.
"Ah, I don't recognize any of you. It's nice to meet you. The name's Hickson. I've been here for quite a while now. I'm afraid I wasn't around. Well, sir, of course, I would have saved the day, But thank you for doing it in my stead."
Has
You're very
Aurora
welcome.
seen him about town at all?
So Aurora won't have seen Hickson. She may have heard mention of Hickson. He's not quite the town guard, but he's almost taken it upon him as kind of a lifetime resident of Bresk to kind of guard the town to the best of his abilities. The standard of these abilities I will allow to be set in question, but he at least takes it upon himself to try and kind of guard Bresk, as I say, to the best of his abilities.
Okay.
Yeah, you have a somewhat of a disadvantage. Should we know who you are?
Oh, most people here know me. And he kind of looks over at Dove as he's kind of sat. Dovey's just trying to not make eye contact with him at all. Says, "I'm friends with everybody. They all like me. I like all of them. They know my ability. They know I can protect the town. So I think we could leave that there. But thank you. For, if I'd have been there, of course, I would have saved the town. Do not forget that. But I must thank you. Anyway, what brings all of you to Bresk, to my town?"
Oh, to your town. That's fascinating. We answered
Just
a
passing
call.
through?
Oh, a call. Okay. But I'm sure if it was a call for help, I would have been summoned. That must be why I'm here. It must have just been quite a long journey to get here. But anyway, he's kind of stomached. Oh, I must have been a bit further than the rest of you, or else I would have been here to help and make sure everything was okay in Bresk. But this is only a passing visit, I'm afraid. Adventure calls. I need to go and look after those ruffians who would have been here. Dovey, get me a drink. Dovey kind of looks and he just kind of shakes his head and kind of pours kind of like the dregs of a drink into this kind of cup and puts it on a table. And Ixa kind of pulls a chair up, kind of sits it down near you all, and turns to Bray. Obviously seeing Bray's kind of sort of quite casual, kind of quite confident nature. He says, you seem interesting, young man.
It's me.
You have a confidence that I admire. One that I relate much to my own. I see a lot of myself as a young lad. In you, you seem
In
confident.
such a way, but carry on.
Well, yeah, look at me. This could be you in 10 years or
I
so.
hope not, but do carry on.
Well, to be here, to be honoured, to be known as the guardian of a little village, I'm sure someone like yourself would much adore that.
I've got my own plans for my future, but everyone enjoys living in their own fantasy, don't they?
They do. I'm sure you have your own, and he kind of gestures to kind of the other three, as I say, no one else is in the tavern at this point other than kind of your little group and Dovey. He says, I'm sure they all have their own little fantasies as well. But whilst I'm here, is there anything your group need help with? I could quite happily assist you. I've and he kind of pulls out these scrolls that have these like mad tales on. He says, "Here, these are stories of what I've done throughout my time. Feel free to read them, study them. It might give you a bit of help on your journey ahead. You look like an adventuring group."
I want to insight check him because it's one of those. It's giving very Gilderoy Lockhart of. I've done all of this. I haven't done all this.
Inside check this. Yeah, definitely.
I'm going to take one of the scrolls and start just glancing through it, just to get the general gist of his patter.
Yeah. What did Bray get?
23.
Okay, this is complete bullshit.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, you are looking at him, judging by kind of the way these have been scrawled. This is complete. Fuse for better phrase, complete bollocks. As Cass begins to look at these scrolls, imagine it being like it's almost written, I guess, like a diary as such. And you see this one story. It's known as like you just see it kind of says, "Oh, at last, the Hydra of the marsh is no more. 7 heads, each larger than any owlbear, spitting acid, spitting fire. No more. The villagers wept with relief as I strode forth, my glistening figure dripping in blood as I slayed this figure." And they all carry on in this very similar vein. As you said, it truthfully, rightfully is incredible Gilderoy Lockhart vibes. Everything he gives you is just, if that was in this world, that's what you'd be liking in it too. He is very much this bravado. He's very confident with it, and he doesn't come across as ill-meaning or he's coming across this for any negative way. He just seems as he's a bit of an arrogant git, is really all it seems.
I'll just politely wrap that scroll back up and put it back down.
Oh, well, I take it you've seen my stories. Could you do with a hand on your adventures?
Oh, I think you're far too advanced for the likes of us.
Oh,
A person of your skill and stature surely should be out slaying dragons.
well, I could try a dragon. Hydras are more my thing. I've never quite slain a dragon before. Maybe I could find a dungeon or two and find a dragon. We could see. And he's seeing he's having no luck with Cass. He just kind of almost budges away from him, goes to Loren and kind of sits down. Well, do you want to see my stories? I could help you on adventures. Everyone told me that there was 5 people here saving the town. As I say, I'm a bit too late. You may have heard me talking to your friends. I'm afraid I was a little bit too late, but if I could help you, if I could be of any use, I don't charge much, but I'm great with a sword.
Oh, okay. She's just gonna look over to the others. She's gonna see what Cass has done and just go politely, "No."
Oh, and he kind of drops a bit of bravado, just kind of bends down and goes, "Are you sure?"
She's just gonna lean forward and be like, "Do I have to repeat myself?"
Have you read my stories yet?
"No."
Do you want to?
"No."
Oh, I could tell you them.
You know what? I have a friend who he really enjoys stories. He's not about at the moment. Maybe you could come back at another time. He might need help with something.
Maybe. I'm afraid I have to go on another adventure. Have it be. But I could. I'll be back. If you wait here, maybe a few days, a few weeks, I'll be back. Remember the name, Hickson.
Sure.
Thank you. Well,
before you go, Mr. Hickson, tell you what,
yes.
I would be absolutely honoured if you would have a quick spar with me. I need to finish up my morning routine. I just need to have a little someone just so I can have a little back and forth with if you're interested. I mean, someone of your great stature. I would have nothing but experience to help guide me and help me grow. To be an adventurer of your caliber.
That is true. But I'm afraid I need to get going on my adventures. And he says, "Oh, was that them calling, Hickson?" And he's kind of trying to like completely like mock and hold his mouth to as if someone shouts, "Hickson, we need you now." I'm sorry. They're calling for me.
Completely understand.
Anyway, I may be back. And he kind of writes, he kind of signs a little bit of one of the stories. The one Cass read and passes it to Cass. He says, "Here, the story, so you may never forget it." Hickson. Sorry. I need to run now. And he kind of runs, kind of almost like butling some of the chairs as he's trying to get out.
Oh, bless his heart. One day that might happen for real. And not just get out of town, Hickson.
We were obviously in the presence of greatness.
Oh, phenomenal.
Clearly.
I thought for a split second, I felt like I was like the second most important person in the room.
That must have been terrifying for you.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, to feel like my beauty is diminished by someone, it is my greatest fear.
Such unabashed horror.
At this point, I'm going to try and wave Loren over as well to come and join me.
She's just gonna like nod, and instead of getting up, she thinks that she could just push her chair across, and it's just a little bit too awkward. But she's already started now, so she's gonna keep going. And when she gets to the table, she's just like
chalkboard.
Yeah. But when she gets to the table, she'll be like, "Sorry, I thought I would have done that a bit quite."
That is
hi.
why lube is important, people.
Oh, Jesus, praise at it. Ask William for his mage hands, he knows all about it. But Luke, I'm so sorry. It's what happens when you miss one session, the DM just loses all control of him.
Turns into a magical pervert. Well done.
That's William's character arc.
One of my favourite inappropriate D&D jokes. I was like, you know when you sit on your hand and it goes numb, it's called, the stranger wank.
Yeah.
Well, if you have your mage hand do it, is it the familiar?
Yeah, there's so many things with Mage Hand that just become. Anyway, on a less perverted note, Loren makes her way, kind of, as I say, screeching this chair across and kind of pulls away to the table. At this point, I say Dovey's probably dished out kind of all the drinks and breakfast, and he's kind of probably gone actually downstairs. He's let you all know he's kind of just going down just to sort of see to his own room, just make sure everything's sort of ready for the day. Sort of giving you guys control almost over the Spindle Tavern. We've been the only people there.
I think with Loren joining, Aurora would just kind of look about and just go, "So, did everyone sleep well?"
Funny you should ask. And as I say that, I'm looking around the table just to gauge other people's reactions.
It was a night.
You guys didn't sleep well either?
Not particularly. Did anyone have a dream last night by any chance?
Oh, I had an absolutely perverted dream. It was a great time, I'm not going to lie. But then there was this odd voice that came through at one point. It kind of spoiled the mood, but what you gonna do?
I kind of had a feeling. Glowing globes of colour ring any bells with anybody?
Yes. I went and prayed by the fountain. I had a voice creep into my head. I came back and started to trance, and there we all were as glowing balls of light.
So we're all having the same dreams now. First it's hearing your voice calling out to us all, and now we're sharing dreams.
I think it was more than a dream.
Seems so.
At least
We
it's
were
not
all there. We
schizophrenic.
all shared something.
Because, you know, hearing voices is never a good sign.
We've been drawn together for a reason. We need to figure out what that reason is. Is there something about this place? Bresk? Is there something we need to find here?
I mean, do any of you have a connection here? I know you, Aurora, you were here for a while, but
It was just a town I stumbled upon on my journey. There was nothing in particular about it, but I don't know if it's this place in general or us. That wasn't just any person's voice that we heard. That was Larissa, the weaver of prophecies and author of fate. She is one of the lesser gods under the goddess I follow, Selenia.
with that, Lorena's going to stand up. She's going to take another gold out of her purse, put it on the bar, walk around, and instead of the water, which she's just going to pour away, she's going to pour herself a drink.
Ray's gonna have this odd stone-faced look where his cheeky, charming grin has just dropped while it's there's something about the gods that always gets me. Obviously, I understand she's a minor deity that follows in the same line to who you worship. So I mean no disrespect with this. I don't know what's going on with them, and sometimes I don't know the point of them.
The path of the gods aren't for everyone.
I understand that, and as a path that you have chosen to walk yourself, I have respect for you for walking a path that I cannot. But there's a lot of times that I think of, why do gods let this happen? And with the amount of gods that we've got, I can't fathom it.
Because if they meddle too much, then we are not people. We are just mere toys.
A lot of people are treated like toys to begin with, whether the gods get involved or not.
But that is on the people and their decisions themselves, not of higher powers to meddle. That is a product of free will.
What about those of us who are affected by other people, who call out to the gods for their help, and we never receive it? What then?
I don't have answers, unfortunately.
I mean no disrespect. You're
No.
just a person like us. This is a bit much. What about
The
you,
gods
Cass?
work in mysterious ways, and often the answers we're looking for don't always come as obvious ones. They are subtle signs, nudges, and directions. Or a voice in your head in your dreams.
Well, it's just ironic when you call out to the gods most of your life, hear nothing, and now they want something in return.
Yeah. I know that feeling all too well.
Can't say I've ever asked.
And now they need us. It's almost like you don't have a choice.
We all have choices.
We all chose to answer Aurora's plea. That's something. We're all here. Whether it's fate or whether it's free choice. Either way, we all ended up here together. Something's drawn us here. Something. Larissa, perhaps, sharing that vision last night. But we're here for a purpose. We just don't know what that purpose is. Do you think your elder...
over time. Sorry?
Sorry, Aurora. Did you think your elder could know more about how your prayer reached us? Why your prayer reached us?
I think it was Larissa. I think she sent it out over the strands into the world of Elystra to people who would answer. When I went to pray, I prayed directly to my goddess and received nothing. But when I sent out a prayer like I had done before, just as a general into the ether, it was her voice that spoke in my head saying that I would have answers soon. And then when I tranced, there she was. So it may be an assumption, but I'm pretty sure it was Larissa.
Feels like trying to speak to your boss and getting past to the receptionist.
The gods are very quiet right now. That's what I've been sent out here for, to find out why. We don't know if there's something stopping them, or what reason it could possibly be. But whether they want to or not, they are not.
As you make key notice to the gods being silent, Naira, the female tiefling, you kind of hear yet again that familiar ding at the doorbell, and she kind of comes over and pulls up a chair with you all, kind of nervous but purposefully kind of trying to go next to Aurora. And you noticed actually last night how she had a bit sort of runes as such on her apparel, and she got very similar again today. And she sits down next to her and says, I didn't want to come to you all like this, but I heard from outside talks of the gods being quiet and not speaking, not helping. And she kind of turns to Aurora. Is this something you've heard a lot of? Is it something you've felt yourself?
Yes.
I understand. I don't serve or worship a certain god myself. I've only just taken up religion a little bit recently, but it's been tough. I've gone to different people. Some, their gods aren't quite silent, but they're quieter than normal. Whereas others, it comes across as pure silence, apparently. I don't know the reasoning behind this, but it definitely seems, as I've not been to many places. I've mainly travelled maybe to Duran. I went on a bit of a trek to Rionet. We needed some stuff for the tavern. That was a couple of weeks, but even there they had mentionings of these gods going quiet. I don't think it's an isolated incident, Aurora. I don't think so at all.
It doesn't seem to be.
And she kind of turns to the other three of you. Any of you, do you serve any gods or goddesses? Have you felt anything different, or Are you more the martial type?
You see Bray like stifle a chuckle and sort of. I am not a follower of the divine. I recognise their miracles. I recognise they have their impact with certain people, and I recognise that they have their favourites.
Yes.
But no, I am not a chosen one.
Understood. The two of you, do you at all, or is it more just Aurora here out of the party?
I've sought guidance from Barmay before. I wouldn't say I'm a very religious gnome, but there are occasions where I've needed guidance and I've reached out, but nothing's been forthcoming.
And Loren?
She just takes a sip of her drink before putting it down on the bar. She's still stood behind it like she owns it at this point,
Yeah.
crossing her arms, just going like, nope, like Bray. I gave up a long time ago.
No, I understand. It's being new to it's a confusing way. It's a lot to learn, a lot of new things, a lot of opinions, some good, but a lot bad. It's very eye-opening, to say the least. But I guess all I wanted to say, because I know you'd mentioned these things and I've heard the rumors, but please be careful. The gods, for some reason, have gone silent. No one seems to know why, as such. I don't know. Maybe Elder Nyala, she may know some more than myself. Especially more than my brother. He really doesn't know much. And yet again, she kind of takes any moment to almost make a bit of a subtle dig at a brother. It's like, but I don't know. I guess Elder Nyala is a shout of somewhere, but of course, Bresk, the people here, as I said last night, we are so thankful for you helping. I'm sure many people here would offer help, whether it's in a bit of guidance or just their knowledge.
And who might these people be? We know only yourself, your brother, and Aurora, really.
Oh, yes. Sorry, I know you're very new, aren't you? The temple. I believe Elder Nyala. She saw you yesterday. Her and her servants. There's people there. The town centre. Where you recognise it's quite a lot of farm plots around it. There's a few farmers. They come and go. They move, but they may know some things. I'm afraid I don't know much more than that. Working at the tavern, I do see people, but I tend to get more travellers like yourselves. We don't have many regulars, I'm afraid. I guess you saw him. I noticed him coming out with Hickson. I'm sorry to see you met him.
Oh, it was quite the experience.
Yeah, yes, it normally is. He's I promise you, she's sort of stumbling her words, trying to not offend him, but not too bothered by speaking behind his back. He's
someone that speaks of falsehoods and bravado without having the substance to back it up.
That is very well put, Bray. I normally just call him a bit of a dickhead, but it was very well put by yourself. But no, he's a nice person. Just I feel when he was younger, and genuinely, I've heard these stories from people, not just Hickson. When he was younger, he genuinely helped people. He went to villages. He was never big. He took on small quests. Just a local town may have some wolves attacking their sheep, or a random tower might appear in the middle of a moor. But he didn't take on anything massive. But in his youth, he was good. But I feel he's stuck in those times a little bit. But yes, sorry, you asked of people. Sorry, yes, I got distracted by Hickson here. Yes, he's been trying to get with my brother for quite a while now. We just sort of leave him be. But anyway, yes. So people, the farmers, they could be to go to. You have Elden Ayala. I guess I don't know what day is it, and she just kind of looks. It's kind of the market is on this afternoon. It's just a sort of a farmers market, so you will get farmers, but you may also get some people from sort of local places. So they may know something, but I'm afraid that's really all I know.
Do you have anyone here that deals with children? And I don't just mean for education purposes. I mean, almost like an orphanage sort of thing.
Oh,
Obviously,
not
I don't know how big this town is. I doubt you've got too many
no
strays living about.
no, we don't. I'm afraid. Just kind of for your guys' reference, Bresk roughly only has about kind of 250 people in at any time. Roughly, probably, I'd say 85 to 90% residents, and then sort of 10% like travellers kind of coming through. It's quite a good kind of trade path, so a lot of kind of people just stay here overnight. So there's not, I'm afraid. Maybe if you were to head to somewhere like Imanessa, maybe Ankalatid. I know it's a week or so travel, but they may have something like that. But nothing here, I'm afraid. No.
That's no worse. I just thought I'd ask. That's all.
Oh, okay. But sorry. I need to go get my brother. But I just kind of sees Loren behind the bar. She goes, "Oh, I take it you're okay for drinks."
Oh yeah, I'm paying. Don't worry. Sorry. There's no one here, and
oh no, it's fine. If you look under the bar, there's some jars. They have some meats. There's sort of basic biscuits. There's a bit of everything in there. Feel free. Anyway, I need to go find my brother. Anyway, it's lovely to see you all. But as I say, just be careful with everything that's happening in Elystra. It's very strange. But anyway, love you all. See you later. And she kind of poodles off and makes her way downstairs.
I lean down towards Cass. I have that effect on everyone.
I'm convinced you do, yes.
I'm not even going to inside check that because I know you're telling the truth. What can I say? People are obsessed with me.
So anyway,
Wow.
perhaps we should visit the Elder after we've had something to eat and maybe see what we can find out. Oh, just out of interest, Aurora, were you due to head anywhere else from here, or?
No, I was just I wasn't really given any instructions on where to go. Just to visit places and go to their temples and religious buildings and talk to people, and I was kind of struggling with it because of the dangers and being only one person. I wasn't entirely sure where to go from here.
Okay. And perhaps the Elder's a good person to speak to. I'm sure Bree can flirt with some farmers in the market.
What can I say? I've known to be very good with a farmhand. As a farmhand.
With the
Or
farm's
both.
hat. So, the party are looking at heading. I'm trying to cut this quick because I can. I'll just go on a tangent and be awful. So it's probably around sort of 10:30, 11 in the morning, kind of at this point. The market probably typically doesn't open till sort of 2 in the afternoon. It's just kind of a few hours, sort of once they've done their sort of daily tasks. So are the party as a whole? Obviously, William, he's busy studying his magic. Are the party wanting to make their way over to the temple to Sharos? That's within Bresk. Is that the rough choice?
I'm going to say I think so.
Aurora would definitely be going, yeah.
Yeah, Loren and Bray?
yeah, Loren's just gonna follow.
Oh yeah. Bray's not going to deprive people a chance of admiring his beauty.
Of course, it would never disallow that from anybody. So you make your way, sort of, as I say, more into the village of Bresk now, and you're making your way. And you try to find something that's not horrific for music, but that's nice for a temple. Let's go on that one. That's a bit too dark, we don't need that. Unknown world, that might work for a temple. We'll go with it. We'll go with it for now. Oh, it's a bit too happy. Forest, there we go, back to the forest music, perfect. This is issues of the DM getting used to Pocket Bard. But do check out Pocket Bard, shameless plug as always. So, yes, you make your way through Bresk, and as I say, you're noticing the farmers sort of a lot more than you did yesterday when you guys more just were focused on arriving and trying not to die via bandit. You see there's these sort of little plots of land dotted around Bresk, where farmers are tilling, kind of some growing vegetables, others kind of fruit trees, some have wheat. It's a large mix of kind of what is grown, but you do notice as you go past, and I'd say especially sort of anyone who's sort of got a more magic-y ilk or has kind of studied magic or seen magic, you notice there's a lot of magic used in the growing of these crops. You kind of see, you can either sense it or you can just kind of see people casting these spells and incantations around their crops, whether they're protection, whether it's to help them grow. You don't quite know that much, but you know there's definitely some sort of goings on. And eventually you kind of eventually, it's not a big place, but you make it to the temple, which is this huge kind of, it looks slightly ruined. It doesn't look like it's kept well, but it's still a glorious large temple. As you kind of get a bit closer to the temple, you kind of get the entrance, but you see on this huge white grey stone door what looks like kind of song lyrics. It's sort of carved into the door at the front, and as I say, you're in front of these two large stone sort of whitish greyish doors.
Go in.
Just trying to read it, the song lyrics sort of thing, and it's. I guess after you, Miss Aurora.
What thing I will actually note with Bray reading these song lyrics, because I think I was going to look at them. Not quite. As you do, you see that all it's in common, so kind of everyone can understand. But you see, they're yeared, and you see it very much tells the story of each year, almost like a living sort of song of how Bresk was that year. I will say the lyrics are incredibly boring. They're not fancy. They're not telling these great tales. Bresk within itself is an incredibly simple village, so it's not going to have these massive tales. You can probably predict that the one for this year is probably going to be around this attack. This is probably one of the more, don't want to use the word exciting, they were attacked, probably the more eventful days that they would have had this year, especially as we're kind of coming to the close of the year. We've only got a few months left. But yeah, as you open this door, it's very basic. There's almost what you'd expect from like a church in our sort of day and age. There's basic pews, there's an altar at the front. You can see there's a few rooms kind of going off to the back and the left. Aurora will know this temple. She'll know there's like a reading room. There's a place where people would typically just go and pray. And there's obviously a few sort of living quarters. But other than that, it's a very simple tavern. But one thing you do all notice as you enter is there's a feeling of quiet. So Sharos is the goddess of drink and music. You'd expect revelry, you'd expect excitement, but there is a deep sense of quiet. Not necessarily a sense of sadness, but a sense of this emptiness within the chapel. But no one really notices as you come in. There's a few sort of praying, sort of facing away, a few reading, but no one turns as you enter.
Do we see the Elder anywhere within sight or not?
So you don't see the Elder. You see people sort of typically dressed in similar robes to her. Aurora will know that the Elder has kind of a separate almost study off to one of the rooms. Obviously, don't know if she's there or not. But yeah, you don't see the Elder initially in sight as you enter here.
Aurora can lead them off to her general place, whether she's there.
Yeah. So as you make your way through the temple, no one's making any effort to talk to you as such. But as you're going through this, despite being ruined, this is a gorgeous temple. You see carvings of parties and celebrations and these festivals done in this gorgeous, as I say, this sort of white grey stone that you saw from the doors. Everything's almost done out of this single set of stone. And it is stunning. The artwork and the precision and the craftsman who would have done this, it's almost taking all of you back with the sheer beauty of it. But as you do, you get to where Elder Nyala's sort of study / chamber usually is. And you open, do you knock on the door? Do you open it? How does Aurora approach this?
She would knock.
She'll be nice and polite.
Yeah.
So as you do, the very familiar voice of Elder Nyala, come in.
I'll open the door and pop her head in.
So, sort of clocking it's you, Elder Nyala is there. She's sort of reading and writing a few things. She says, "Oh, Aurora, please, feel free to come in.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Do the rest follow."
Kaz will kind of peek his head around the door. Elder, can we join?
Oh, is there more of you?
And I'll open the door fully so she can see.
Oh, so she sees Loren and Bresk. She says, "Oh," and she kind of looks at sort of these sort of two pews she has in her sort of study. She says, "I'm afraid you may have to stand or sit on the floor, but there's
okay
two of you.
standing.
Well, but there's two seats. Feel free. I've got a seat at my desk. Feel free for either of you to sit on there."
I sort of politely gesture for Loren to go in. Oh, after
Well,
you.
looks like I'm sitting, and she's just gonna awkwardly sit down, just like trying to make sure that it doesn't rattle or make any of the screeching noise like in the tavern, and just yeah.
I'm going to lean on the door frame and just stay in the door.
So Elder Nyala turns sort of more focused on Aurora, but looking at all of you, she doesn't want anyone to feel kind of not part of this group. So, is that what can I do for you? Are you wanting to just talk? Is there anything you need to discuss? Please feel free, all of you.
I think we were kind of looking for any additional information you might have about what you think might be going on with the gods.
It's a state of pain, isn't it? This.
Yes.
And she kind of stands up and walks towards the door and says, "Bray, do you mind coming in if I can shut the door?"
Oh, of course. So I duck under a little bit and close the door behind me.
Thank you. So, I haven't spoken really to many of the other patrons of Shuros yet. However, it's come to my attention that she herself has gone quiet too.
I could feel it when I walked in. It felt similarly cold and empty as my temple became.
Yes, this was maybe months ago now, at least for ourselves. It may be different for any others, but this coldness began, and look around yourselves. This is meant to be a place of merriment, of music, of games, of drink, of parties, but this coldness, this silence, that's what everyone refers it to, as the silence. Something has happened. I don't believe something like this has ever happened before. It seems there's some gods still. The lesser ones somehow have some sort of sense still. I've been myself, whether it was Elarion or Taylor, there's a couple of Shuros' lesser gods who I don't say I've spoken to, but I still feel their presence. But Shuros herself...
One of Selenia's lesser gods made themselves known to us last night.
Oh, do you mind me asking who?
Larissa.
Oh, Larissa. Yes. She's interesting. She's dotted amongst the gods as far as I'm aware as a lesser god. She's an interesting one. She's picked up talents and skills here and there. If any would be able to connect, I'd say that's probably likely. But why you?
It seems
Did
she may have been the one to help get my prayer out to everyone else.
Understanding. she learnt that under Istara. When she studied under Istara, the goddess of destiny, she learnt about passing these messages through people. Whether it was weaving fate or, as Istara would call it, weaving destiny. Maybe that's what she's done for you. I'm not saying she knows the future, because not any of us can really know what that holds in store for us. But it's interesting she brought you all together. But sorry, I'm digressing. You asked me about information. I myself, I'm afraid, and this is not the answer any of you want, I'm sure. I don't really know much. I guess, I don't know. If we need answers, normally we'd go to Elarion, the god of creation. I don't know how much, she kind of more gestures to the three of you, the other three. She goes, I don't know how much you're aware of the gods, but Elarion, he's the god of creation. He sort of started it all. Normally we turn to him for answers, but even now, he's been slightly quieter than before. If you need answers, I suppose his temple. It's maybe 1-2 days travel from here. It's known as Myth Lynn. I'd say a couple of days travel into the Sylval Wilds. Shouldn't be too dangerous, but there may be answers there. There may be something. I don't quite know what, but as Dudley's gently taking a bite of his chocolate, there, for the podcast listeners, there would be something maybe at Myth Lynn. They're known as the Wardens. They guarded the temple. Maybe some of them are still there. They may know something, but other than that, I'm afraid I don't know. I'm born and bred in Bresk, and well, I only really know what my goddess tells me. And as you know too well, Aurora, unfortunately now our goddesses don't tell us too much.
I can't say I've ever actually spoke to mine. I'm no one.
And she kind of is here.
I felt obviously her presence, but I've never heard her.
Not everyone has a chance to hear. Aurora, have you taken the initiation to serve your goddess yet?
Not quite. I am just a temple hand.
Then you are not nothing. Aurora, you are by no means nothing. Your prayer brought the 5 of you together. That will not be nothing. Larissa would not have answered the prayer of a nobody. But think of it this way. No one is a nobody. Everyone has a goal. Everyone has a fate waiting for them. Whether it's laid out, whether it's unknown. So please, never view yourself as a nobody, Aurora. Or any of you. Kind of turns to her and says, actually, from what I met of Bray, I think he knows he's a somebody, at least. But the rest of you, please. You're 2 people. Well, okay. But all of you you will have a part to play in this world, as we all do. But as soon as we realise that we have that part to play, it all becomes a little bit easier. But I'm sorry, and she kind of looks down to a book. She says, unless you've got any more questions, I have a few things to do. But I do have one ask. Please don't tell the rest of them here about Sharos going completely silent. They just believe she's a little quiet. Please just don't tell them.
I will leave you to your day.
Thank you. But
Unless
of course,
anyone else has any questions.
No, nothing from me.
Okay,
Thank you for your help.
Of course. I would say may Shavos be with you, but one day, when the gods are talking again and they are, I don't know, freed, whether they are brought back, I don't know, but when that happens, may Shavos be with you.
Blessings upon you.
Thank you. And she kind of turns and starts focusing, kind of like, not in a rude way, kind of not showing you guys out. She just kind of looks and says, oh, well, thank you. I'll get back to my day. And she just starts kind of scrawling and scribbling in this kind of huge scroll you see laid out kind of end to end, dangling off her table.
Yeah, just start heading back out.
Yeah.
So I'd say you've probably spent maybe an hour and a half. Dudley's right now is absolutely full of God knows what.
Not sponsored.
Oh, Crunchy. Oh, Crunchy, please sponsor us. I'll be very happy if we're sponsored by Crunchy. But yeah, so you all make your way back out on Whispers. Just chocolate, just any chocolate company sponsors. I will happily eat chocolate on stream, not in like a weird way, just like casually whilst playing D&D. And Haribo, just any food. Like, feel free. Like, that's kind of my limit. Just food, like, or drink. Basically anything that, like,
for tonight.
Just
Pumpkin shaped brownie.
just, guys, this is killing me because I've been really good. We have no bad food in this house, and I tried to convince Hannah that I needed to go out and get a full-on birthday cake for celebrating passing my exam today. It didn't work. She said, "No, you can't have a whole cake just for passing an exam," because she can't eat a lot of cake because the icing. So I ended up eating it all, which, yeah, I'd be on a sugar high and you guys don't need that. So it's roughly kind of midday now.
I used to buy a cake once a week just for myself because fuck it.
That sounds good to me. But yes, so the market's beginning to kind of get set up. What is it the party are wanting to do? Are you wanting to head to the market? Are you wanting to kind of follow Elder Nyala's advice? Are you wanting to just go and murder everybody? What is the party's plan? And please don't go for the last one, because I like Bresk.
What do we want to do now? Is it worth talking to the farmers, or is it worth heading to see these wardens Elder Niall speaks of? We still need answers. We still need some kind of guidance as to what to do next.
We could speak to the farmers and then see what they say, seeing as the farmers are here. The wardens, they said, were a few days out. Yep.
We don't want to leave William behind.
No.
No.
Of course not. No, that's not our plan at all. Okay, so you. Oh, we've lost Aurora.
Which has also messed up our cameras. Apologies to people.
That's actually. Will I be the only one that's probably still? No.
No, we've all gone skew-if.
Oh, brilliant. That's fine. We'll wait for her to come back.
Everyone's slightly off now, but it's at least put 3 of us back in.
There we go.
While she's waiting, does anyone know any good jokes? That's always what you tend to do when you're waiting.
My life.
Hey, something. No. Obviously, when we talk about going forward, William, Luke did say if you guys do want to like carry on, he actually did say please just don't leave William behind. So William is happy to tag along if the party wants to tag along.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll not leave him just sitting in a bar somewhere with all these 2 mage hands for company. We'll definitely take him with us if we happen to go somewhere else.
Exactly. So whilst we're kind of absent of Kylie, so the party heading to the sort of market, that's the general consensus.
Yeah,
Cool.
I think so. We'll see if I can chat some farmers up.
See if I can up my kill count.
Oh, Christ. So, I've just heard a message go, but is it probably Kylie? Wi-Fi down. Bless her. She did.
Storms.
Yeah, apparently
there are.
bless her, there's storms where she is, so potential power cuts. So, yes, we will do what we can. Yes. So, you guys head to the market, and definitely what you're used to in Bresk sort of racially is these sort of humans, halflings, furbolgs, a few tieflings, a couple of half elves. It's very typical of these races when you get there. And initially, as you get there, you see these stalls. There's only about 3 or 4. It's not busy, but as I say, there's only sort of 200, 250 residents, so they're not going to be selling to too many people. I'm setting up. He's this very sort of young halfling. He's probably only sort of 13, 14. He's kind of set up. He's quite tall for his age, but he's still trying to kind of set things on this stall. And he sees you all coming towards you. You see him almost stop immediately and kind of go, "Oh, do any of you need some vegetables? Sorry, I've been told to sell things. They're 5 for 1 gold, or 10 for 2 gold. What a deal!"
No discounts.
It's 10 for 2 gold.
Okay. I don't suppose you have any fruit by any chance, do you?
And he's kind of look at us. So I'm just trying to find my dad. I don't think so. We tend to just sort of deal with root vegetable. I believe that's what potatoes are. I don't know. Aiden's knowledge of vegetables isn't actually that good. But they sort of do potatoes and carrots, that kind of thing.
I'm all good for root vegetables at the moment. I will pray.
I mean, I'm relatively fine as it is, but thank you kindly.
Oh, of course. Are you looking to buy things? I'm sure I could find something. It's my first day on this stall. I've been begging my dad for years to let me, and I between you and me, I need to sell something, or I probably won't be allowed on again.
I mean, can I ask actually, where is your dad?
Oh, he's and he kind of points. You kind of see kind of down sort of one of the lanes. You see a lovely little hut, like almost like thatched roof. It's absolutely gorgeous. There's sort of a farm plot just to the side of it, and you kind of see him tilling, and kind of he looks over. He just waves at his son as his little kind of sort of little 13, 14 just waves excitedly back at his dad and just shouts, "Dad, I'm selling things." And he kind of turns back toward you. So, if you could buy just like one thing, that would be amazing. Even just like a potato, like something.
I mean,
And he kind of looks at Loren almost now, trying to like, Mum, could you buy something?
And she's just gonna look at her purse again and be like, "Fine," and hand over 2 gold. Just be like, just whatever you feel you need to sell, I suppose.
2 gold. Okay, and he kind of gets these sort of. He grabs this huge. It's way more. It's like 15, 20 potatoes. He just grabs them, chucks them in a sack, and just dumps this sack of potatoes in front of him. He goes, "Thank you." And he kind of takes the 2 guys. Says, "So, do you need any change from this? I'm afraid I've never done this."
She's just gonna like open the bag and count and be like, "You said 10 for 2 gold. You've given me way too much. No, I need to give you more."
No, it's fine. We have quite a few potatoes. My dad, he's pretty versed in magic. They grow pretty easily. It'd be fine. If I sold something, that's all I need. Please.
No, I insist. If this is your first day, like, you need to get this right. And she's just gonna like hand a few more. She is very awkward in this situation.
Oh, so he sort of takes. He's just does a really awkward, like young teenager. He's just like, I thank you, I guess. I need to just. And he kind of gets a little notebook and writes kind of like potatoes for whatever gold on it. He says, "Well, thank you. There's a stall down there." He points to one kind of run by sort of these 2 elderly furbolgs. They sell, I think, like you mentioned fruit. I think they sell some fruit. There's the others. He sells, I don't know, like sort of materials he finds about the place. I'm afraid there's not too much in Bresk. We just sort of look after each other really here.
Sorry, I didn't get your name.
Oh, sorry, it's Kieran.
Kieran, sorry, I'm a little bit curious. Why do you use magic on your crops?
Oh, as long as you don't tell people who aren't from Bresk, it's just easier. I don't think there's much more than that. But we want people to still think it's that's why we have the big fields. In reality, with magic, we could just sort of make them sort of in a small area. But no, it looks impressive when people come by. We are a small village. We need to do what we can to earn our way. As my dad always says, what's the phrase? Bullshit baffles brains. So if we make it look like it's amazing, people believe it's amazing.
For 2 gold, they better be amazing potatoes.
Oh, they are. They are the best. You can do loads. You can make you can mash them. You can boil them in hot water. You can just eat them. I've never done it to myself, but I'm sure you can. I don't know what else you could do, but I'm sure they'll be lovely.
Oh, I'm convinced.
So I've literally written in my notes, Loren buys potatoes. That's not a note I thought I'd ever make if you asked me at the start of this campaign. What note am I going to make in my little book? Yes, Loren buys potatoes.
I'm not sure Loren thought.
No, she did not expect to be buying potatoes today, but
No.
if an awkward teenager asks her, she is going to say yes.
Exactly, pure sympathy buying. Kieran says, well, thank you. She's back. But yeah, Kieran looks up and says, oh, thank you for buying potatoes. As I say, the fruits from the elderly couple, the 2 furbolgs. My friend, he sells sort of things he finds around the place. If you need anything, you know where the stall is.
Thank you, Kieran. Thank you.
Oh, of course.
And Kaz is going to start walking down to the furbolgs.
Is there anyone else wanting to deal with Kieran, or are you all following Cass to the furbolgs, or people going to Kieran's friend? Or people wanting to go to other people within Bresk? What is the plans?
I think Loren's going to follow Cass, but she's going to stand back because she doesn't want to be swindled into buying anything else. So she's just holding back with this sack of potatoes, not knowing what to do with it.
Fantastic. Bray?
I'm going to be staying with Aurora. So wherever she wants to go, Bray will follow.
So, essentially, you're at the sort of farmer's market. There's a few stalls. You've just bought potatoes from a sort of 14-year-old boy called Kieran, who was first there on the stall and was very excited to sell potatoes to you all. There's sort of an old furbolg couple who are selling fruit. One of Kieran's friends, he's selling sort of materials he finds about the place. Where would Aurora want to kind of go? Would she be trying to stick with the group on this?
Just sticking with the group. There's nothing in particular she's after from the farmer's market.
Cool. So Bray's happy to kind of stick with the group as well?
Yeah.
Cool. So you'll make your way over to the Elder store, and you see there's 2 very kind of elderly furbolg couple, and they're kind of having a little natter to each other. And kind of the old lady nudges the bloke as he kind of sees you coming. He says, "Oh, welcome to my stall. What can I get you? I have some berries. I have a few apples that I've grown myself off of my tree. Is there anything you may need?"
Yes, please. Can I have a selection of fruit? And I'll give him a gold coin. Whatever that buys.
Oh, of course. He kind of bends down, kind of gets a few berries and kind of a few basic little fruits, kind of puts them in a little paper bag, passes them and says, "Here, call it a magic mix."
Fantastic, and I'll take that. Sorry, what's your name?
Oh, the name is Talakan.
Talakan, and have you been in Bresk for long, Talakan?
Oh, maybe 5 or 6 years now. Myself and my wife, we wanted a little bit of a quieter life. We knew people who came from Bresk. We came here and, well, we mostly got a quiet life.
Let's see. Do you get many travelers coming to your stall, or is it mainly all your friends?
Well, we get a few friends here and there. But Bresk is pretty self-sufficient. If we grow something, we tend to just give it to each other. We don't feel a need to I need to sell it to our friends. But travellers like yourselves, we don't charge much, but we get a few travellers here and there. I tell you, maybe 6-7 weeks ago, there was plenty of travellers. I don't know why. Maybe there was some party, maybe a celebration. I don't know, but they came by and, well, they pretty much bought all my fruit and left me bare. But I got a good bit of coin for it, so I will take that quite happily.
Always good to get some coin.
Always. But sorry, to put this on all of you, kind of spotting the four of you. Are you the ones who came and helped Aurora, I take it, yesterday?
It appears nothing. News travels fast. Yes, we are.
Yes, there's not many people about the town, so thank you. Sorry, we've not really met Aurora, but we've heard of her, and we know she was here on some sort of peacekeeping mission. I'm not quite sure, so I don't really keep up with what's going on. I just tend to my fruits and live quite a happy life. But anyway, he kind of takes the gold coin and passes it back. She says, I can't take money off of people who came and helped Bresk. And he kind of takes the bag and puts a few more berries in and passes it back. She says, here, on the house. Or they kind of turn out, or on the stall, I guess you could say.
Oh, you're very kind. Thank you. And I want to give Loren a little look as I put the gold coin back in my pouch. And what I'll do is I'll take an apple out of the packet, and I'll take one of my daggers, and I'll start cutting wedges out of it, and I'll eat a few bits. And then I'll also kind of put a bit just in the side of my hood. Take my hand out again. Well, it's been lovely talking to you. Speaking of why we were here, is there often trouble here, or?
Not really. It hence why it took us by quite a bit of surprise. Bresk is a lovely place. It's very quiet, and it's why we don't have leadership. We don't really have a government. We just sort of work as a bit of an informal council. We never have any problems, so it was quite a shock when it happened, but we made it. No casualties, at least on our side. Quite a few injuries, but no deaths, so we'll take that as a victory. But yes, it's quite a nice place. But sorry to be nosy. I do like a bit of gossip. But where are you headed from here? Are you on another adventure, or are you just taking it easy for a little bit?
Truth be told, that's kind of what we're deciding at the moment. We're possibly travelling on.
Oh, okay. Well, and he kind of gets another bag and puts another bit of fruit in. She says, here, for your travels, for the lot of you. To be shared amongst all of you.
Oh, of course. Loren, put this with the potatoes.
And he kind of sees like dragging his sack of potatoes. And he just looks and he says, oh, I take it you got accosted by Kieran. It's his first day on the stall. I convinced his dad to let him have a go. It's very sweet, bless him. He seems quite excited by it.
He made a fine sale thanks to Loren.
Oh, I will have to let his father know. Thank you. He will be pleased. But anyway, where's it you're headed again? I don't know if I can give any advice. As I say, we travelled from quite a distance to get it. We do know the local wildlife fairly well.
Have you heard of the Myth Lynn Temple?
He kind of looks at his wife, and she kind of sort of shrugs herself. He says, I'm afraid I don't. Do you know who it's for or to? Maybe we know people who serve them?
Hans can't remember who it's for, so he looks.
The god of creation. I can't remember his name.
Elarion.
But I remember he was the god of creation.
Yes, Elarion. Elarion the god of creation.
Elarion.
Your characters would have known because it was just that day.
Kaz will confidently answer, oh, it's Elarion, yes.
I believe he kind of looks at his wife again, and she's still just none the wiser. He says, I think there may be a temple sort of southwest of here, within the Sylval Wilds. It's a foresty region. He says, yes, and you know that moment when you get that twig of you just remember something. You kind of see it gets, oh, yes, Elv, one of my friends. He lives sort of just on the outskirts of the wilds. He sort of made himself a bit of a cavern underneath the grassland. It's quite a magnificent sight to see, buried in the ground. But yes, he lives just near there. I can't obviously tell him you're coming, but if you sort of head southeast from here for maybe, I don't know, a couple of days, you may come across him. You may not.
And what was his name, sorry?
Elv, E-L-V. Short for Elvin. Sorry, Elvin is his name, but everyone just calls him Elv.
Well, we will look out for him for sure, yes. Thank you.
No, you're more than welcome. And he kind of turns to sort of the other of you. Do the rest of you need any fruit? Or are you set with the bag I've given your friend?
Lauren's just gonna hold up her potatoes and be like, I think I'm good.
Oh, you're fine with your potatoes. Aurora, and Bray, is it?
Yes, of course. I'm perfectly fine. Thank you very much, though.
Of course. Aurora, any fruit for yourself?
I'm okay, thank you.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll hold on to our fruit for now for the rest of it. But thank you, all of you. Have a lovely rest of your day. And he sees a few more travellers kind of come, and he says, "Oh, more travellers. Anyway, thank you." And you see him kind of point over to us. "Oh, welcome, berries, fruits," and he starts doing that typical kind of selling market spiel as you guys leave that market stall.
Yeah, we kind of take that as our cue to kind of move on. Kaz will still be cutting bits of apple up, eating one bit, and just a little gesture to be said with the other bit. Who else do we see further down? Anybody else?
So really all you've got is that last stall with Kieran's friend. Yet again, another fairly young boy, probably sort of 15, 16 now, a little bit older, but not much in years. And you... my voice is dying. As you get a little bit closer to this stall, him describing it as materials he's found on his journey couldn't possibly be more accurate. There's essentially sort of scraps of sort of cloth. There's a few sort of sharp rocks that have always been made into some sort of like very rudimentary arrows. It's like, you know that drawer you have by your bedside that just has shit in it? It's like he's got that and just tipped it onto this sort of stall front. And he just looks up at all and says, "Oi, do you need anything?"
Oh, I'm all good. Yeah.
I got your finest linens, cloths, stones. No.
None for me. Bray, finest cloths, linens.
Oh, I'm already decked out in exactly what I need to wear, so I'm kindly gonna pass.
Oh, well, I tried. And you can see he's trying to rack kind of how he can always like swing this around on you, and he goes, "Well, you never know when you might need a pebble, or a rock."
And when I do, I will pick one up off the floor.
Fuck yeah, that may work. I may have secrets about your enemies.
Do you have good knowledge about the town of Bresk? Like history knowledge?
I may have some stories to tell you.
Now, will they be stories based in truth, or are you going to be pulling out some information from your backside?
It depends. How high a value of truth were you looking for?
Truth.
And he kind of looks, and you see him say, I may not do well on truth, but I may be able to tell you stories nonetheless.
So you're
There was a
creative
goose,
type.
you see, a giant goose, and they slayed it. There was a well, a very big well, and they freed someone from it. Is that okay?
Question: is your father an adventurer who likes to go on saying he's helped everyone?
If I'm honest, I don't know my father. I tend to live with Kieran and his family.
That makes sense. Huh. Now, I'm going to give you a little bit of business advice. When it comes to selling, and I'm going to sort of like poke him, going through his wares, sort of thing, like pushing like the stones and pebbles to one side, not pushing all the way off,
Yeah.
and like anything that's just like picked up off the floor, sort of thing. Like, if you're going to try and make sales, you need to either have something worth selling, such as a raw material that is of quality and can be turned into something properly, or you need to have turned it into something yourself. Now,
He seems sort of nodding with this.
this scrap of cloth, I'll pick it up. It's not the best in the world, and definitely not the worst. But what you could do with this is, if you've got thread, you could stitch a border onto it, you can trim the cloth off, you can turn it into something like a handkerchief.
Ah,
But you need to put in the effort to turn the material into a product, because right now what you've got is a subpar material that with work could become an okay product.
okay. Okay. That could work.
You've got little stones that if you polish them up proper and make them
It
shiny,
could be a shiny stone.
but are they properly shiny stone, or are they just...
Oh, I will make them properly shiny, sir.
But this is the thing, you need to put in the work. You
The
can't just pick
the
up...
work to get the money.
Exactly, you can't just... I'm going to literally pick up off the floor a random stone, put it on. That's worth nothing.
5 gold. Not buying it. That's how much it's worth. Have you ever heard about a Bresk stone?
Another creative-
Coming from the town of Bresk. It is a stone like no other stone because it comes from Bresk. Is that what you mean?
No, it's not.
Oh. I'll work on it. But he kind of gets a stone and does pass it to you. Says, "Keep this. Remember me on your journeys."
I will remember, thank you. Remember what I said though. Learn how... Is there anyone here that in the town that does any form of craftsmanship?
I could maybe find someone.
Is anyone that maybe, just puts... Let's say they fix clothes when someone gets a tear.
In top of the spindle, they help people. Yes.
Might I suggest you go and ask them ask them how to do some embroidery. See if...
I will. And he kind of runs, leaves his stall, and he heads in the direction of the drunken spindle. Just he's one track mind now.
There we are. He's got ADHD. He's I relate to this child. I know. So what does everyone want to do now? Do we need to go back to William and have a quick couple of days round trip, or?
What time of day are we looking at the moment?
It's sort of 5-6ish in the evening.
Do we want to go for an early set-off tomorrow?
Could do.
Yeah.
Seems wise. Best not travel at night. Go back, have a meal, and then we can catch up with William and set off in the morning.
Okay, so as you'll make your way, is that if you want to do before you make your way back to the drunken spindle?
I would like to split off from the party. Not to be a dick, I'm not doing anything foolish. I would like to just go back to the Elder quickly.
Yeah. Is there anything else wants to do before the tavern? Just so I can... No. Loren?
Nope. She just goes straight back.
She's as happy with her potatoes.
She needs to put them down. She wants to go back to her room and put them down and just forget they exist for a while.
Go ask the tavern to cook them up for you.
Everyone's having potato stew tonight.
A good old jacket potato.
Baked potatoes for the next 3 days.
She's just going to be a master chef with just potato dishes by the end of this.
like in the morning. Well, I've made something called a hash brown. I grated the potato, I boiled it, I stuck it together, and then I fried it. But I would like to head back to the temple. One, I want to just have a proper read of all the lyrics around the temple door.
Yeah.
Obviously, you said there's not really much that's happened, but I want to see if there's anything that's like what could be argued as a key point in the history of Bresk.
Yep.
Like, maybe there was something that is. Well, to be fair, I'm going to actually speak to the elder about this as well, if there's nothing directly on there.
Yeah, I will say there's nothing sort of directly on the door that's jumping out at you. But you're more than welcome to go and chat to Elder Nala again.
I'll make my way to where I know her door to be, and I'll just give a quick knock knock.
Yes, please feel free.
Opens the door, sort of duck under it a little bit. Excuse me, Elder. I have something I'd like to ask you in a bit of a one-on-one situation. Just in case, I just had a thought come to me, is all.
Of course. Feel free. And she kind of gestures to the sort of the pew again. If you'd take a seat.
Take the pew. I sit down. I'm gonna reach into the pop. Reach in, pull out. I'm gonna pull out a little sheet of crumpled paper. When we took out the captain of the guard, or the captain of the bandits, he had this note on him. The note that says, for the town of Bresk, put them all down and show no mercy.
I never knew about that. Where did you find it again? I'm sorry.
When I took down the bandit captain with the party, and I found it on his body.
Oh, okay. I don't know what I honestly don't know what that could mean. Well, I understand what it means, but I don't know why here.
That's part of why I'm asking. Because as an elder, I'm assuming you've been here for a little while to have the title.
I've been here most of my life, yes.
So I was wondering if there's. It doesn't make sense to me that a small, little passing town with a temple, a bar, a couple of farmers' fields with a little bit of magic used to grow vegetables would be up for annihilation.
Yeah, yes, I understand. And she kind of, again, almost similar to what she did before, goes behind Ray, shuts the door exactly as she did last time. She just sits. She sits in the pew next to him now. She says, I didn't want to mention this before with your friend here, but do you not think Aurora may have something to do with this, or why you were all summoned? Someone may have been tracking her, or someone may have equally heard that prayer and that voice go out. Maybe.
Oh, absolutely. But I'm just trying to rule something out that I'm not focusing on one particular aspect.
Yes.
Tunnel vision is the ruin of any investigation.
Of course. We got raided a few years ago, but that was just to sort of steal our crops and a bit of our materials. In regards to annihilation and destruction of Bresk, as I said to you earlier, our goddess, she seems to have gone. Maybe if you can find other gods or goddesses who may have disappeared, maybe they've suffered the same fates, or I don't know, but it seems strange for them to fight with such anger. When look, Bray, I'm afraid I don't know. I wish I could help, I really did, but we're just a small village with magic being taken from us. And she actually, for the first time, you see her roll up her sort of sleeves of her robe, just sort of here, and you see her skin's almost paling in colour. She's normally got this quite nice sort of tan, light brown colour. And you see it was whiting as it's going up her arm. Says, how is going with my goddess? Her not being here seems to be causing some weakness within the temple. I'm afraid I don't know why.
Oh. When sometimes there's a gift bestowed, it's almost like if it's alone, and when the person disappears, it might get pulled back with them.
That's how it seems.
So,
In regard to your question, I'm afraid my only thought was with Aurora, maybe, or her prayer. Maybe it somehow got heard by not just yourselves.
which is a bit more concerning, because if there was the case of, there's actually a secret underground temple that holds this magical artifact, it would make a lot more sense.
It would be a lot easier as well, wouldn't it?
Exactly.
But yes, this whole thing, it seems, as I said, it seems Elystran wide. It doesn't seem held just to Bresk. And as I said before, be careful. I don't want to see anyone fall into danger.
Of course. Thank you. I apologize for taking up any more of your time than necessary. Thank you very much. Don't worry. I'll do what I can to see to Aurora's protection.
Thank you.
And I'll see you soon, I guess. I stand
of course.
up awkwardly, just knock the pew back a little bit, pull it forward.
Of course. Anyway, have a lovely evening, I guess.
You as well, Elder. I'll see myself out, pull the door to, and just sort of wander out.
Thank you. So, as you all kind of make your way back, well, they probably made their way back to the tavern at this point, whether some are getting drinks, food, others are getting an early night. You make your way back to the Drunken Spindle. And this is where we will take a short 5-minute break because I really need some water. My throat is dying. So yes, thank you everyone for watching so far. And we will continue this journey in, let's say, 5-10 minutes or so. Yeah. Cheers, everybody. Back, everybody, to part 2 of episode 2 of Questing Through Elystra, Chains of the Pantheon. So we last left our adventurers going for a nice long rest at the Drunken Spindle Tavern after Bray had gone and questioned Eldenala nicely, not actually quite affectionate's the complete one word, just gently for Bray, a lot less in your face bravado with the Elder, definitely showing a nice bit of respect, which was really kind of lovely to see from Brave in the first couple of sessions. So, you guys, Bray's having a lovely moment, okay? We're allowing Bray to have a nice moment. So, you guys, as I say, you wanted to set off early, didn't you? Kind of on your way towards Myth Lynn. You've been told it's roughly southwest. So, you've not necessarily got a compass. William's with you, so he is there in body, just not in spirit right now. And he's holding your hand and following you. And he's holding other 2 hands with his mage hands. Just bless him, one person's not getting the hands held by, or he could be, actually no, he's got enough hands, he's got 4 hands, there you go, you're all getting your hands held by William. Fantastic. So you begin leaving Bresk. The two Red Pot siblings have kind of packed some basic rations and kind of a few water skins for you to take on your travels. Yet again, Maya especially thanking you for your kind of time spent in Bresk, thanking William for his kind of performance of that evening, the rest of you for sort of actually just doing your bit to help a new village that isn't quite your own. So, as you begin to head out on the grasslands of Elystra, with the morning sun rising behind you, casting these long shadows, the land kind of rolls in these very soft but low hills. As you're going by, there's these tall blades of grass. They're almost like swaying like a green sea. It's a gorgeous sight to behold. And as you do, you begin making your way, and it's not feeling uncomfortable. You've all spent enough time, at least making your way to Bresk. You don't necessarily know these roads. You don't know these paths. You don't necessarily know these lands. But it's on routes you've roughly followed. For the routes I know you've taken, I would say especially probably Loren and William. It's kind of slightly similar to sort of the direction that you came from. But as you're making your way, you can kind of see these huge forests in the outset, and it's what was described to you as the Sylval Wilds, the forests. And as a party, I know you were mentioned about finding Elvin, or Elf. Would you be actively wanting to find him, or is it just cool, it's someone we're told about, we want to head to this temple?
Probably
I
should
don't think-
discuss that on the break.
Yeah, maybe. I guess if we come across him on our travels, we'd see him, but I don't think we're intentionally seeking him out, are we?
I mean, we didn't get what he looked like or anything. We just got his name and that he lives underground. So it's
Yeah.
He lives in a hole in the ground, yeah.
So you have not actively look. It's more just like, okay, if we bump into him, cool. Well, on that, please could roll a D100, please.
I certainly can. Let's have a look. No, not that. Where's D100 there?
oh, bless you.
81, I believe that was.
Okay. So as you're making your way, and as you've been made very much aware of this figure known as Elf, and you're making your way, and as I say, you're kind of on the outskirts of the forest at this point, and you've not encountered him at this point. You've made your way, and unfortunately, you've not managed to bump into Elf. However, it gets towards the first kind of night of your travels, and within Elystra, because of these roads being very common for travellers between kind of settlements, I literally just call them traveller settlements. Unfortunately, there's no technical term I've come up with for these. It's essentially what it seems as. It's essentially pre-made campsites that a lot of travellers use. And as you arrive at this little kind of settlement on the outskirts of the Sylval Wilds, you see there's almost a group of orcs, sort of trolls, ogres, that kind of creature, all sat around this bonfire, just chatting away in kind of quite heavy leather armor, some in metal armor, and they're just chatting away as you kind of come towards this settlement. As I say, it's probably 8-9 of an evening. You've almost done 12, 13, 14 hours travel. You are needing a rest, and they look over, and this quite thin for a troll ogre kind of turns over to you, and he just says, "Oi, what brings you to our campsite?"
Is this your campsite?
"Well, no, but we're staying here."
We're just passing through.
"Oh, well,
What about yourselves?
we were just making our way. We're heading up to Fort Ilnock, sort of northeast of here, easily a few weeks' journey still. Just need some new supplies there, really." He kind of points to his armour. He says, "It's a bit dented, a bit knackered, so thought they could do something with it, really. Why are you here?"
We're on our way to a temple down to in the southwest, wasn't it? Yeah, but it's just we know it's just got another day or so's travel.
"Yeah, I'm not really a religiously fellow myself. I tend to eat things rather than pray to things. But they all have their use, don't they? But I suppose, I know it's our campsite, but I'm sure we could allow you to stay near if you needed it."
We appreciate that.
Yeah, very kind.
Loren's just gonna get her potatoes and be like, "I've got some food if you want some."
And he looks and he just sees the bag. He says, "Oh, Admittedly, I'm not much of a fighter, but I'm quite a good cook. I could probably do something with them if you lend them to me.
By all means, there's plenty in there. Feel
Oh.
free to take the rest if you want.
Oh, brilliant, thank you. And he kind of grabs the potatoes. And he says, well, I don't know if you've ever been to these settlements. They're fairly common amongst Elystra, really. But there's sort of tents that they're not great. Some have holes in. You might get a bit wet if it rains, but they do for the night. There's
I
usually
can
a few.
help with that.
Oh, well, fantastic. There's normally some sort of anvil or something to work at. There's normally a chest or two to... Well, it's not really much in it. People steal most of the stuff, but you could try, I guess.
I look at Kaz.
Oh, terrible.
I know. Who would ever go around picking a pocket or stealing stuff?
Only your lower criminal kind.
Yeah, exactly. Far too high ground for that.
No one would do that. If someone stole my stuff, hit them. Steal it again, hit them. Steal
I
it
believe
again,
you. Yeah.
kill them. But you seem like nice people. You don't seem like the stealing type. So, anyway, and he kind of points to sort of 4 or 5 sort of tents, as there's probably about sort of 10 to 15 tents around. He says, they're free. Take your pick, some suit 1, some suit 3 or 4. Whatever works, but I got to get back to my lot. Anything I can do before I go? Do you need, give me potatoes, I can make something. You can come and sit with us if you want, or I can bring it over to you. What do you prefer?
I mean, it's up to everyone else what they fancy. I suppose I'll find a tent and just take some potato whenever it's ready.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
bring
been
it
a
to
long
you.
day.
Ah, right. Delivery service.
Very kind.
You're welcome.
Are you?
I can help fix up any of your tents as well.
Oh, of course. They're all kind of in a bit of a shit state. So if you could go round and maybe just sort of mend a few of them, it'd be much appreciated.
Aurora will just start going around and using the mending cantrip to start mending holes and...
Amazing. Bray, what's Bray doing?
I'm gonna go to the side with William.
Yeah.
We're gonna have vigorous sex, and then
I can't do that to Luke. We could at least tease him for masturbating with his mage hands, but we can't do much else, can we?
no. I'm basically going to give him a minor bit of sort of just reassurance, but also I'm going to sit with him and ask him to pull out his loot. As I reach into my pack and pull out a case which has got my violin. And I'm going to start, obviously, giving a little tune, but I'm going to start doing basically a little plucky. It's not classic violin. He's a country fiddle player when he plays. So it's sort of like the upbeat, jovial, like the cartoon Travelers song sort of thing, where he's and it's sort of just like, okay, 1, 2, and just having the equivalent of basically a little jam session, because it's like, I remember my first time killing, and I wasn't the best with it, and I know people handle things differently, so it's sort of just traveling with us, traveling this, it's not going to be just death and decay. Don't worry, I'm trying to do what I can just to keep him calm, but also give him a sense of grounding.
Yeah.
While also showing off the fact that I've got yet another talent.
Fantastic.
Rolling over, a dog rolling over.
So whilst you're doing that, you do notice a few of the kind of the armoured brigade turn around. You see kind of a few of them tapping their toes. Kind of, they're not really singing they're kind of tapping their toes and kind of watching, enjoying this performance. And as that's going on, You kind of smell these kind of almost like herbs and kind of spices coming from. You see all this like, smoke coming up from the bonfire, and the orc comes back to him and goes, "I've got you." And he kind of got this, almost like this large mess tin, like mess tins like this. Normally, it's probably like it's more like a mess trough. And kind of puts it down in front of you and says, "I've got you some food. Hopefully, it'll do for the lot of you." It's pretty basic, just some sort of greenery shoved in with it, but sort of cooked a bit of it, a bit smushy, but it'll do the job, I'm sure.
Much appreciated, thank you.
Of course, share it with you and your friends. We've got our own back there. Thank you for the potatoes.
Yeah, no worries, those ones go around.
Thank you. We don't tend to do them ourselves. We all just sort of kill things and cook it. It's absolute drama for them who's them bloody vegetarian lot. Trying to give them the meat don't work very well. So yeah, thank you for some potatoes. Made them well happy. But anyway, we got to get back. We're headed off early tomorrow. So we probably won't see you. But anyway, lovely to meet you. If you need anything, just well, don't be a stranger if we ever see you again.
Oh, what did you say your name was?
Oh, Croc.
Nice to meet you, Croc. I'm Gator.
Nice to meet you. Thought you thought it'd be more green, but blue will work. And he makes his way back to his crew, and they are, leaving the 5 of you together.
Where did you disappear off to before we left?
Oh, I had to ask a quick question of the Elder. Mainly about Bresk, and I wanted to double check some information that I saw scribbled on the door. It wasn't anything really interesting, so I didn't really want to waste anyone's time.
Okay.
Essentially, it amounted to nothing in the end, so I was just asking if she knew anything about why they might have a note about wiping the, town of Bresk clean without mercy.
You think the note was about the town?
Well, it specifically said Bresk, so I wanted just to rule something out. Because the other option was it wasn't about the town, it was about a certain person who was able to draw a group of strangers together. And while we might be on maybe different routes, I think we might have a similar journey and a similar destination. And you're right, I did choose to answer the call that was given. While I am not a person of faith and religion, I am not oblivious to the deities, and I'm not oblivious to their powers and their miracles that they can bestow upon their chosen. But I am a protector at heart, and if there is something that is, and if my help's been asked for in a sincere manner, if I can help, I will try to help.
Did you all come of your own volition?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
I asked my temple leader about it, had a conversation with him, and he, and apparently my dog is trying to have a moment. Go on, up you get, Basil. Squish! There you go. Oh, he's fallen. He just fell out my lap. Sorry, Basil. And asked my temple leader about it, had the conversation, and sort of helped me on my way.
I see. I guess that's where we're a bit different then. Was it a dream when you two heard Aurora?
Yeah.
See, I'm here because I have to be on this journey. When it happened, I had to report it to the people that I serve, and by doing this, the answers that I get will hopefully solidify where I am when I get back home. But whilst it may not be as a noble place as you are, just know that I'll do what I can. And she's gonna turn to Aurora, and she's just gonna nod to her and go, I may not believe, but if you do, and we're all here to get the answers that you're hopefully looking for, then for now my blade is yours.
I appreciate that. I don't ask you to believe. We're all on our own journeys. We just seem to be going in a similar direction. Whatever brought us here doesn't really matter. What matters is that we're here now.
Make a lot of truth.
I will give you 7 out of 8 of my abs. One of them is a bit of a party animal, so I can't always guarantee he's going to be, here to play and have fun. But the other 7, those 7 will be dedicated to helping out. Do not worry.
I feel so much more at ease.
I thought you would. I might even throw in a peck. And no, that's not a kiss on the cheek. You have to pay for that. I find it so hard dating someone vain when I'm so self-conscious.
It's been a long day, Bray. You must be tired.
Is that a hint for me to go away?
No. It's been a long day.
I think I need to go do my nightly cool-down exercises. And I'd go and just I literally go find a tree and just start doing pull-ups.
So, as Bray's busy doing pull-ups on the trees, is there anything else the remaining 3 characters are doing this evening before you carry on with your next day of travel?
I want to see if these
I think
potatoes
just
are worth
Aurora
2 gold.
Oh, sorry. I was just going to say, I think Aurora would offer to take first watch.
Yeah.
She doesn't.
So, yeah, you can.
rest long.
So taking watch at these settlements. If there's inhabitants there, you can kind of split the watch with those who are there as well. So you can probably split the watch with the ogres, or you can take it yourself, or you can try and hope that they will be taking watch. It's kind of whatever way you'd like to roll with it.
I think we should still cover watches. We don't know them. They might try and turn on us.
I only need 4 hours, so there's only 4 hours that you guys need to cover.
I can take a watch.
And I'll take one as well.
Okay, so as you'll take watch, and you do clock eyes, there's mixers, say these trolls, these ogres, these orcs, there's probably a couple of Minotaur in there as well. They are equally taking watch at the same time. They are very militaristic with it. They are very much on stag. They are very much just keeping their eyes on. They are not moving. They are looking, keeping eyes at all the different exits and entrances. They are not in a mood to converse or anything. They are just, as I say, very militaristic. And for all 3 of you, nothing comes out within any form of watch. It's a pretty, unfortunately, uneventful night. Might depend how you look at it. Some of you might have wanted it to be uneventful after the past couple of days, and actually your journey here. So actually, yeah, the uneventfulness probably comes as a blessed release for some of you. So who was on final watch? Who had been on final watch out of a lot of you?
I'll take it because I can do my morning exercises at the same time.
Cool. So Bray's busy. Morning exercise, and he's kind of shouting at a lot of you to kind of wake you up. He's too busy kind of focusing on self-improvement at this point. Bit of self-love, bit of self-improvement. Bray is busy. But he's shouting, he's waking you. Self-continuation. So he's busy self-continuing, and he kind of shouts to all of you, waking you all up, and you're kind of all kind of weary-eyed, getting up from your sleep, kind of crusty in your eyes, kind of getting ready. And as expected, as they guessed, the other travellers have made their way over to Fort Ilnock to the north, and headed off on their journeys. So it is just the 5 of you remaining at the campsite. Are you all wanting to head on to Myth Lynn, or is there anything you'd like to do prior to it?
before we head on out, I think Loren wants to, after Bray's finished his little workout, she wants to like take the time just to have a quick conversation with him.
Of course.
You will literally find Bray doing laps on his hand. He's like literally walking on his hands, and then after every like half lap around the thing, he's stopping and just like pushing up in the air and just keeps walking again.
As she's watching this, she's just gonna like look and be like, how do you do that with the other one? Like, it's not connected to you.
What do you mean the other one?
The arm.
I literally like flex the fingers like I've got perfect control over it.
Stuff like that confuses me.
Can I take it off? Just hold my hand.
No,
Pull.
no.
Go.
It confused me. It confused. That's all.
Yeah, how can I help?
Yeah, and you can see that she is gonna struggle with this, so she's not gonna look at you like she did the other morning. She's just gonna like look past you at the trees, going, "You surprised me yesterday. That stuff when we're at the store, where you were trying to help that kid."
Of course. Someone's got to help the kid.
Trust me, I know what happens when you try and help kids. I am a few gold short now. But potatoes beside, I didn't think of you as that kind of person when we met. And whilst I never said it, I just wanted to apologize. I feel like we got off on the wrong foot with that. That is all.
Apology accepted. I know I'm not everyone's flavour, but you know that's why I've got to be my own flavour. So I know it comes off a bit abrasive at times to certain people, and I apologise that it might rub off the wrong way on you, but at the same time I'm not going to change because it's not something that's going to change, but I also appreciate it.
The one thing I've come to learn is don't apologize for being yourself. You're fine. It's on me. I'm not used to this whole group scenario shebang. I mean, you said yesterday that me and William were a pair, and before that I didn't really rely on anyone anyway. So forgive me for being as abrasive.
That's no worries. If there's one thing I've learnt, it's well, one, I am amazing, but there's also I don't know, it's people take time to get to know one another. If I overstepped a boundary at the time, I apologise, but at the same time, I'm a believer that it's if you're not open to others, they're less open to you. So I'm an open book, and even if, let's say, the answers aren't the right time to give, then I'll just give that as the answer. But anything you need to know, I'm here. And I mean no disrespect when I say this. If there's anything I want to know, I'm gonna ask. And I might prod a little bit, but you can just say, now's not the time for that answer, and I'll completely understand that.
I'll keep that in mind. And she's just gonna like slap your shoulder like you did to her the day before walking back to her tent.
Just a little whisper. Yes. I'll get back up on my hands and just keep going for another lap or two until everyone's ready to go.
And is everyone else content with heading on their final sort of day-ish, sort of half a day journey to Myth Lynn?
Think so, yeah.
Fantastic. So you'll make it with little to no issues. You are fairly comfortable, say, on this journey. I'm not saying it's a well-trodden path, because as you begin to kind of get closer to what is Myth Lynn, it's more triggered by you're seeing the grass is thinning as you begin to approach these ruins, and you almost feel the air growing colder, growing a bit heavier. But before you rises what is known as Myth Lynn, and you kind of see these shattered spires of stone. There's columns that obviously once kind of inscribed with these pictures and these runes and these words, which are now just chipped and dim and not in the state they once were in their prime. And you see moss and ivy crawling all over these ruins, kind of weaving through the tiles in a dark way. It's almost beautiful. However, as you begin to walk a bit closer towards Myth Lynn, you spot these statues. They're raceless, genderless. They almost look like these sort of silent guardians, almost frozen in time. And as you're kind of walking about, you're kind of enjoying this. You're seeing these beautiful statues almost adorning both the outside and the inside of Myth Lynn. But as you move closer, these subtle signs begin to betray them. A finger subtly quivers, a chest shifts, you see almost heartbeat beneath the stone. But as you look, each one of these guardians' postures rigid. The arms are held, the eyes are fixed ahead. But suddenly, you see one, as you kind of walk around, say Loren's probably generally one of the more confident in the group. She begins to make her way more towards kind of the heart of this temple. And this one figure stands apart, and as you begin looking up, you see, yes, it looks like stone, but as you look up, you only see its legs are turned to stone. Its body is still retaining life as it's struggling, trying to strain against the stone that binds it, and its eyes meet yours, and desperate. And when it speaks, this voice is laboured, but it's clearly in pain. Elarion, taken. The others could not endure. I remain. Only I can tell. The world bends without him. And as this figure looks at you and almost cries out in this petrified pain, that is where we will take a finish for tonight. Everyone's had a week of it. But thank you everyone for joining us on episode 2 of Chains of the Pantheon.
Yes, thank you everybody.
Thank you.
Everyone, thank you. Yes, so it's been a week of it for everyone. Bless also, I think, an early night because we're all old now. Genuinely, as I always say to all of you, thank you for joining us as we wrap up this next chapter on Chains of the Pantheon. And yes, I will do that shameless plug because we don't have Luke. If you've enjoyed it today, we are across all these realms of the internet. We've got an Instagram and TikTok yet to get rolling, but we've got them. If you want to follow us on there, we will start doing content, start looking at that. We do have, as I mentioned at the start, our YouTube, our Spotify, Apple Podcast, Amazon Podcasts. That's all in our link tree, or I'm sure if you search Questing Through Elystra, I'm certain it will come up there. And our final little thing we have is our Questing Through Elystra Discord. If you want to chat to us as the players, if you want to learn a bit more about the world, or just chat to people about D&D in general, all the links to that is in the bio. So, it's goodbye from me, goodbye from the players, and thank you so much for joining us on this step. I'll catch you next Friday, same place, same time, as the story keeps rolling. Cheers, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.